The topic is profit and loss. Look at this question here. Did you get 75%? If not, don't worry. In 10 minutes, you will. The concept. The value chain is, there is cost price, which is the cost to the seller, marked price, the price which is marked on the product, and selling price, the price at which the product is practically sold to the consumer. Markup percentage is marked price minus cost price divided by cost price times 100. For example, if cost price is 100 and the product is marked at 150, it means that is a 50% markup. Profit is selling price minus cost price. Remember, it's not marked price minus cost price. Marked price and selling price may be different at times. Profit is always the selling price, the price at which the product is practically sold, minus the cost price, the price at which the seller procured the product. Profit percentage is profit divided by cost price times 100. Remember, profit percentage is on the base of the cost price. It is not on the selling price. It is profit margin, which is on the selling price. So, if there is a product with cost price of $100 and the selling price is, let's say, $200, then profit percentage here would be 100% because it's $100 profit on a $100 investment. Profit margin, however, will be only 50% because out of the total selling price, only $100 is the profit. Please have this distinction very, very clear. Now, let's move on to some live examples and learn by solving these examples. Look at this one. A shopkeeper marks up by 100% and gives two successive discounts of 10% and 20%. What is his percentage profit? Let's assume that the cost price is $100. Marks up by 100%, so that means 100 becomes 200. Now there is a discount of 10%. 10% discount on a base of 200. So that becomes 180. Next, 20% discount would be on a base of 180. So that is 180 times 0.8. That is 144. So something costed $100 to the shopkeeper was sold at $144 to the consumer. That is a 44% profit. Look at this one. Please try solving it yourself. You have to be careful about various things here. The cost price is 100. Then he marks up by 100%. So 200 is the marked price. Then he gives two successive discounts of 30% and 20%. 30% discount on 200 would make it 140. Then 20% discount on 140 will make it 140 times 0.8 equals 112. Then there is another problem that due to a faulty meter, he is giving 10% less material than what he charges for. So while his cost price should be 100, because of the fault in his meter, he is giving stuff worth only 90. He is giving 10% less material, and therefore, effectively, what is the profit percentage? Profit is 112 minus 90. That is 22 on a base of, remember, not 100, but 90, because practically the cost to him is 90. 22 divided by 90 turns out to be 24.44% profit on his investment. Look at this one. Please pause the video, try solving it yourself. There are two shopkeepers, A and B. Now selling price and cost price, followed by profit. What is the relationship? Selling price minus cost price equals profit. Now the selling price for each of them. The revenue is $10,000. So $10,000 for A and $10,000 for B. Now A earned 25% profit on selling price. So that means the profit of A is 25% of $10,000. So profit of A is $2,500. His cost price, therefore, must have been $7,500. Now the second shopkeeper, he earned 25% profit on his cost price. So if his cost price is X, his profit is 0.25x. So solve it for X. 1.25x equals 10,000. X equals 8,000. So the profit of A was $2,500. If X is 8,000, profit for B becomes $2,000. So who earned more profit? A earned more profit. And by how much? $2,500 minus $2,000. That means $500. That's the right answer. The topic is interest. As always, I have a question for you here. So what did you get? Did you get 48 years? And did you get that in like 30 seconds? See, x became 3x in 12 years. So the growth is 2x. If 2x growth takes 12 years, for x to become 9x, the growth needed is 8x. 2x growth took 12 years, so 8x growth will take 4 times as much, 48 years. That's how you solve it in 30 seconds. Let's start from the basics. Simple interest. The relationship for simple interest is P times R times T divided by 100, where P is the principal invested, R is the rate of simple interest, T is the time period. Compound interest. P, 1 plus R divided by 100 to the power of n minus 1, where P is the principal invested, R is the rate of compound interest, and n is the number of periods. Let's get down to applying these concepts on live questions. Please pause the video, try solving it yourself. Principal is only $10,000 out of $15,000 because $5,000 has been paid by him from his savings. Principal is $10,000, and at the end of 2 years, rate being 8%, time is 2, interest would be simply 10,000 times 8 times 2 divided by 100 because it's simple interest. The interest is PRT divided by 100, which turns out $1,600 here. That's a fairly easy question. Look at this one now. Alwyn has made 2 equal investments. To avoid fractions, let's assume that his total saving is 2S and not S. Now S has been invested in 10% simple interest for 3 years. The interest turns out to be S times 10 times 3 divided by 100 equals 0.3S. Then another S has been invested at 10% compounded interest for 3 years. So the interest earned is S 1 plus 10 divided by 100 to the power of 3 minus 1. The compound interest turns out to be 0.331S. The difference between the two interests earned is 0.331S minus 0.3S equals 0.031S. And this difference is given to be $620. So the value of S turns out to be 620 divided by 0.031 equals $20,000. Besides, $20,000, remember, is 1/2 of his saving. His total saving, being asked in the question, his total investment is 2S. Therefore, the answer is $40,000. Let's look at one more question. Please try solving it yourself. This is quite similar to the question we had on the first slide. 200% growth in 12 years. 15 times means 1,400% growth. 1,400 is 7 times of 200, and therefore the duration needed will also be 7 times. So 12 years times 7 equals 84 years is the answer. One more practice question. Please pause the video and solve it yourself. These are the answer choices. Jack invested $4,000 at 8% simple interest for 1 year. So 4,000 times 8 times 1 divided by 100. His interest earned is $320. John invested $4,000, but 8% compound interest per annum compounded 6 monthly. So that would mean 2 periods of 4% each. Therefore, the interest would be 4,000 times 1.04 squared minus 1. This turns out to be $326.4. Jack's interest was $320. Therefore, the difference between the interest earned by Jack and John is $6.4. 326.4 minus 320. That is 6.4. Therefore, A is the correct answer choice.